Hello guys, welcome back to my channel once again. Here we keep you updated when it has to do with immigration and when it has to do with our people around the world, Africans, Nigerians, Ghanaians, and South Africans, and everybody. Okay, that's what we'll do right here on this very platform. So quickly, we're going to the UK, which is the United Kingdom, where a record number of Nigerians and Ghanaians have been deported in a single flight. This one loud. This is a very huge blow to some Nigerians who have been in that very country for a long time without having documents, okay, or having the proper papers. Now, some Nigerians have gone to the UK through the student visa, but when they get there, a lot of things do change. If you are not able to secure your, is it a COS or something like that, your stay there becomes illegal after a time. After some time, your stay becomes illegal, and your document, which was processed for you to go to UK, expires. So in a race to get job, which is not easy, you may be caught up in the web, and at the end of the day, all the stress, all the hassle, all the money spent will become a waste. Now let's take a look at this here. If you look at my screen, you're going to see what we are dealing with today. UK deports record number of Nigerians and Ghanaians in single flight, which means that it is very huge. The number of people deported at once is quite significant. Flight comes as news emerges of plan to send asylum seekers who arrive on Chagos Island to British territory of St. Helena. Day. So if you know you do not have what it takes, you know that you will not be able to renew your COS, please do not worry your parents to, oh, send me to UK, let me go there and study. If it expires, or sometimes if you're not able to renew your permit there, that's the end of the case. Now, they say that a record number of Nigerians and Ghanaians were deported to their home countries on one flight, with 44 forcibly removed on Friday, whom the Home Office has confirmed. Now, according to what we have here, the news came as it emerged that any asylum seekers who arrive in Diego Garcia before a treaty between the UK and Mauritius to hand back the Chagos Island is finalized will be sent to St. Helena, a British territory in the Atlantic Ocean, described as one of the most remote places on Earth. So you are going to be sent to this particular place. I'm not sure it's going to be, enjoyable for you to go to this place, but this is the decision on board right now as it is. The Chagos Island deal is expected to be signed next year, which is 2025. About 60 Tamils who have been stranded in Diego Garcia since 2021 and who have mounted a legal challenge claiming they have been unlawfully detained on the island will not be included in the St. Helena deal. So I want you people to understand how this migration issue is working in the UK. Judgment in their unlawful detention claims is expected soon. Now, numbers of asylum seekers arriving in Diego Garcia since 2021 are in the hundreds, crossing the channel in small boats from northern France to the UK in recent years. You people knows about this crossing of immigrants from France to the UK. A lot of people have been doing this for a very long time, and most times you see that they receive a quite large number of immigrants in one day. The other day, I think we saw about 900 and something migrants who arrived in that very, what do you call it, in UK one day through the English Channel. The Home Office told The Guardian on Friday evening that the Nigeria and Ghana deportations were part of a major surge in immigration enforcement and returns since Labour came to power in July. 3,600 people have been returned to various countries, including about 200 to Brazil, and 46 on a flight to Vietnam and Timor-Leste. There are also regular deportation flights to Albania, Lithuania, and Romania. These are places that deportations are carried out to consecutively. They are not slowing down. The UK is always on the move in deporting these migrants to these particular countries. Now, deportation flights to Nigeria and Ghana are relatively rare. They don't usually do this like they do to all these other countries, taking people back home. The country I know very well and 100% sure about regular deportations to Nigeria, in fact, to almost every country, is Germany. Germany is fond of deportation. In fact, as I speak to you, they are still deporting people to Moldova as I speak. Now, I'm going to maybe look at it shortly to show you. These people are not resting on their oars when it has to do with Germany. They don't rest. They are always picking people. So, because getting a German document is very, very difficult. You can stay there for 7 years and you'll be working. They'll be giving you short, what do you call it? Sojourners, short document that you can use 1 year, 6 months, or thereabout. Once it expires and you are not able to renew it, they might send you home. But one good thing about Germany is that if they issue you their document, then your life becomes comfortable. They will give you a house, they will give you a job, and they will pay you if you have not secured a job. That is one good thing about German document. Okay, and you can also work while you have not gotten that document. It doesn't mean that you can't work when you have not gotten. But the difference here is that you are now sure of comfort. Because most times you see that in Germany, they just go to a workplace and pick somebody who is at work. And that's it. They are gone. So their own is very strict. You know, people who don't have that normal document to stay in Germany, their heart is always beating like every now and then. Now, deportation flights to Nigeria and Ghana are relatively rare, with just 4 recorded since 2020. From 2020 to 2024, they have only deported people to Ghana and Nigeria 4 times only, which means that is once in 1 year since 2020. Wow. According to data released under Freedom of Information rules, the previous flight had far few people on board, with 6, 7, 16, and 21 respectively. Now, they say that Friday's flight had more than double that number removed on a single flight. So they are now getting it right, according to what they are telling us here. The Guardian spoke to 4 Nigerians while they were held at Brook House Immigration Removal Center near Gatwick before their deportation. Okay? Before their deportation took place. One man, due to fly, tried to kill himself. Wow. Okay, one man due to fly tried to kill himself. His cellmate who witnessed the attempt said he was very traumatized by what he had seen. I don't know what this person had been through in that cell or what he may be passing through, but he said he'd rather buy in the UK than to be returned to this era or this regime that is currently controlling Nigeria now. Things are very difficult back home. Now, a second man said, I've been in the UK for 15 years. Wow. As an asylum seeker, I have no criminal record, but the Home Office have refused my claim. So you see, 15 years is not a day's job. It's not a day's job. And according to some of the news that we have also seen, you know, the last news I wrote about when a guy said that he wanted to return to Nigeria, you know, he was talking about just getting salary to pay rent and pay his wages, just that. You know, you don't really have much in savings. And in a situation like this, if somebody is staying in the UK and you don't really have savings that have enabled you to invest back home, on something that you can fall back on in case of anything, it becomes very traumatizing, when you hear stories of deportation on yourself. So that is why it's also important. If you have not gotten all these papers, even if you have, you also think twice. Do not put your eggs in one basket. You also need to have something back home. But in many cases, you see our people depending their life where they have gone to. You get to Obodo Ibo and you now put all your life there. That, oh, I don't really have another place on this earth. That kind of a thing. Now look at 15 years. If you have been staying in a country for 15 years, my brother, you have integrated into that society completely. And according to him, he said he has no single criminal record, that he's living good life there. A third man said he had been groomed into exploitation as a child and had torture scars on his body. I told Home Office I was a victim of trafficking. They rejected his claim. A fourth said he had desperately searched for a solicitor to challenge his removal directions, but had been unable to find anyone to represent him. So even finding a lawyer to represent your case in the United Kingdom is a big problem. Voila, they finish. Fiza Kwareshi, the chief executive of Migrant Rights Network, who was in contact with some of the people on the Nigeria and the Ghana deportation flight before they left the UK, said, "We are extremely shocked at the cruelty of these deportations, especially with the speed, secrecy, and the lack of access to legal support. In the words of the detainee we spoke to before he was put in the flight, the Home Office is playing politics with people's lives. We have not done anything wrong other than cry for help." A Home Office spokesperson said, "We have already begun delivering a major surge in immigration enforcement and returns activity to remove people with no right to be in the UK and ensure the rules are respected and enforced, with over 3,600 returned in the first month of the new government. More than 600 people crossed the channel in small boats on Friday, according to Home Office figures. More than 600 people in one day. The other day it was 940, if I'm not mistaken. And the other day it was 600. So the surge is very high. And this number of people, trooping into the United Kingdom will force them to, increase the deportation. Definitely, it will force them to increase the deportation of migrants back to their countries of origin. All right. So they said that the more than 600 people crossed the channel in small boats on Friday, according to Home Office figures. Now they said that a total of 647 people made the crossings in 10 boats, pushing the total for the year above 28,000. So far, this 2024, more than 28,000 people have crossed into the United Kingdom through the English Channel, which is from France into the UK. Now, what does this mean now? It means that you crossing the English Channel to the United Kingdom may be the biggest risks of your life, which you may later regret, because staying in France may be kind of fair to you. Staying back in Italy may also be fair, but you want to go to where it is happening. You just want to jump into the UK. My brother, if you jump in, you may also stay there for some time and they will jump you out. Okay? Friday's crossings came after French authorities announced the death of a baby off the coast of Ouessant in the Pas-de-Calais region on Thursday evening. Okay, so you can see the kind of issue going on in the UK. So before you make your journey to the UK, before you start using your student visa to Japa, thinking that, oh, I don't reach UK, I don't reach UK. My brother, my sister, the UK of yesterday is no longer the UK of today. And also remember that court cases hindered the uh, um, what do you call it? The UK-Rwanda deportation agreement, or outsourcing asylum pact that they had with Rwanda. Okay, so now this pact was for them to process asylum seekers' request in Rwanda. So when you cross the English Channel into the United Kingdom, they will take you down to Rwanda to process your asylum. The same thing that Italy is trying to do with Albania. But you know that court cases upon court cases have hindered these things not to function. So, and if you listen properly to this explanation, you see that the woman who was talking about the deportation here, I think is one of the people who are, advocating the rights of migrants, said that this was done very fast, cruelly, and shrouded in secrecy, which means that the government didn't want any of these shenanigans, court cases, or blah, blah, blah. So what they do is just put paper, yeah, before you can run to court to get an injunction, the plane has left already. You now run back to the airport and say, oh, see what court gave me. They said, you people cannot deport. Are you going to turn the plane back? No. When it lands there, you drop them. The paper becomes useless. So this is how they want to do it now. So those who snaked in may also be snaked out by the government. Let me know your opinion in the comments, and also share this video to educate others. Let them know that it's becoming hot. Migration is becoming serious and hot as it is now. Every European country is running kitty kitty kata kata when it has to do with immigration, because the number of people who have flooded Europe in its entirety is outrageous. The numbers they are too big, for them to contain. So what they are doing is to purge a lot of people who they can no longer manage out of their countries. And especially, I don't know why, Sha. Let me not talk good that side. When it has to do with all these other people, but let me not go there. So guys, before I go, I want to ask you, if you are sending money to Nigeria from the United Kingdom to Nigeria, you are sending money from there, you are going to get £5 extra on your money if you are using this very app called Tap Tap Send. It is downloadable from the App Store and the Google Play Store. Just use it and do the transaction to get £5 extra on the money that you are sending. All right, and then you're going to also get €5 you're sending from Europe, France, Germany, Italy, just name them. If you're using euro, they're going to give you €5 on top of the money that you're sending. Those in the United States of America and Canada, you are going to get $10 on top of the money. Then those in Dubai, they'll give you 25 AED on top of the money that you are sending. So I think it's a very good gesture. Don't miss out on it. All right. And your first transaction is completely free. Even after that, you also get some more benefits. The Christmas is around the corner. December is coming. You'll be among the people who may win something from Tap Tap Send. Very reliable and, secure app. Okay. God bless you as you share. Thank you.